So I got one of these years ago. Someone gave it to me, wrote my name on it. Uses AAA batteries, and the batteries decided to leak on me. And it's a little happy little magnet. I used it maybe 2 or 3 times in the garage. So I took out the 2 screws that were there, and then this thing just lifts up. Like that. And then the lens just pops off, and there it is. So this entire battery box I'm going to cut out, and I got a whole bunch of these lithium batteries here. I recovered from some laptop battery. They use these really cool flat cells, and I think I can probably get a crap ton to fit inside. And I got a whole bunch more here. I've been charging in parallel. And those ones I think are too small. And so I'm gonna see if I can stack 3 of these flat cells in there, but you can see it would, I think it would fit. You'd probably get all 3 to fit in there. And but there's some wasted space here I want to use. So I'm gonna see if maybe I can fit 4 or 5. I'm gonna see how many I can fit in there. Because I'm gonna do with the same kind of thing, use one of these charge boards, these USB charge boards, and stick it in here and put the USB port on the back, like right here or something, so I can charge it by USB. I hate disposable batteries, they're a waste. This was a I have a laptop battery that was known bad, but it decided to work. So I'll show you here. This is okay. And here it's 3.47 volts, pretty good. So with 3 in parallel, charge them up to 4.2 volts. This will be a nice little light, and it will last probably 2 or 3 days with one charge with that little LED. So it'll probably last 2 or 3 days. And if I want to be fun, I can probably put a dimmer on here too. Put a little dimmer switch on there. So, but yeah, the reason why this thing leaked is because the on-off is right here, and all you gotta do is bump it and it turns on. There's nothing protecting the switch. So I have some old Mercury switches I recovered from a thermostat, an older thermostat. I may put a Mercury switch in here, so when it's down, it's off, and you go like this, it turns on automatically, and then like this, it turns off. I may do that. So I'm just firing up my soldering iron here, and what I'm going to do is desolder the wires on the back of the LED in the battery box, just so I can this is my shop. Yeah, it's my shop, I don't care. So just gonna desolder that, and then so I can and then now to get rid of the battery box, I may do what I did before and just cut. You can use a Dremel tool, you can use a sharp knife, some cutters. I may do it using the wrong tools and use a hot soldering iron and just melt the plastic all the way around. Did that come off, or did it solder itself? Oh, it's off, good. Yeah, I got a bunch of other batteries that I may, depends, after I get the battery box out, I'll see how much room I have and see if I can fit a bigger battery in there. I even have some 18650s I may be able to shoehorn in here and get them to work pretty well. Let's take a peek. Let me get this out real quick, and then we'll see what I can get in there. So I was doing some testing here. I was wondering why it wasn't working quite right, and if you notice, there's a negative next to the red wire. It's a positive next to the black wire. How handy. So I was dinkering around with the batteries. I was like, what's going wrong? I took the whole thing apart, checked the switch. The switch works. I was trying. Those guys didn't know the difference between positive and negative. They were just assembling them. Like, this is total like sloppy work to the max. So I'm gonna desolder these, solder them back with the right orientation. So this is what you come across when you work on these projects. So what I found was two 18650s fit nearly perfect. These are old cells from probably 10, 12 years ago. So I don't know if I want to use them. They'll probably work just fine in this. A whole bunch of them. And then these ones here are like 2 amp hour. Also 2012 vintage, so 10 years old. I know I can easily get 2 of them to fit. The third one just barely won't make it. Because this thing, this lens here, what do you want to call it, barely bends down to where right there's the battery. So it'll clear the LED just fine. It's just I won't be able to add a third battery in there, which is probably like 6 times the capacity as the AAA that were in there before. So so I have a million of these I salvaged from old, what were these from? I think cell phone batteries, I think. Let me clear these out here. I wonder if I can fit these sideways. No, not quite. I have a million of these too. Can I fit these sideways like that? Not quite. Yeah, I'm just trying to see how much capacity I can shoehorn into this thing. I'm almost thinking these things were the best bet. Yeah, I think these. Get 2 of these in there. These also have the fuses on them, so if they have an issue, they're not going to set up on fire. They'll just pop the fuse. I think I'm going to glue these guys in there, get some epoxy, glue them in, wire this mess up, and then desolder this, or use another one of my charge boards here. I'll just charging this one in parallel. I'll use this for something else. But yeah, I think this would probably be the best bet. I was hoping to get 3 in there. Guess it just won't fit. Darn. Okay, so I'm continuing here. So what I opted to do was just use 2 batteries. I soldered them in parallel, and I'm so far putting them on this board. Wrapped it in some tape. Just reuse some old battery tape. And so the battery minus, battery positive. So what this will do is I opted to put it like this to the battery holder. That way you unscrew the battery case on the back, and then you can charge the battery from there, because that's where the charge board will be at, right there, the USB charge. So this will charge the battery, but you got to open the cover, which is fine. I did that because I was like, you know what, this is going to be in the garage. If I have the USB port on the external here, it's just going to get full of gunk. So if I smear oil on it, I'm going to smear oil inside the charge port. So I decided, you know, I'm just going to make it to where you have to take the cover off. That might be a better solution. And then, so where was I? So the out negative and out positive. The positive, I'll have it go straight to the LED, and then the out negative here will go to the negative here. And what this will do, this board charges the battery, and then it also has a circuit here that once the battery drops below like 2 volts or something, it disconnects the battery so you cannot over discharge it. And you can also not overcharge it with this board as well. So makes it a little bit safer so you don't burn your house down, or less likely to, I should say. So these are pretty cheap. You can get like a 10 pack on eBay for like 10-15 bucks. So that's what this is. So let me continue to assemble, and so here's my horrible soldering job. But so the negative comes off here, the positive comes off here, and then I'm just gonna solder it directly to the switch and to the LED. So let me go ahead and assemble this. I got some double-sided tape, so I'm gonna tape the battery in so it doesn't move. And so let's continue here. So I got it semi-assembled here with the new positive line. Resoldered it to the switch. So now with some luck, if I toggle the switch, ay, there it is. Yeah, absolutely insane. Yeah, let me try that again. Whoa, that's insane, dude. The camera's going bonkers trying to adjust. Whew, that's a success. So now let me just finish reassembling. And what I found was this LED, it'll just touch the battery on the back. So the battery will actually act as a heat sink for the LED. And the LED is going to hold the battery, and so the battery doesn't even need tape or anything to be held in place. So that's kind of what it will look like. I got it together with the wires all tucked away nice and clean. So I'm going to put that metal grill back on, and then those two screws there, and put the grill back on, and show you where that's at. So here's what it looks like completed now, and then the switch works. Now I'm going to take the back off and show you guys how that is charged. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I just took the back off, and there's the charge port. So what I would do is just get a this one's a micro USB. I got some USB-C charge boards. I got some of these that are USB-C. I should start using those. I got like 5 or 6 of those. And then when you plug this guy in, it's red for charging, and then I think it's blue or green. I'm colorblind, so it's either blue or green for fully charged. I want to say blue. I think it's blue, but right now it's red, so that means it's charging. And then when I'm done, I just put the cover back on and I'm done. What a happy day, huh? So another fun little project, a success. And well, that's so convenient. The screw like little thing made it a convenient little thing for the cord. It looks almost like I planned it that way. I wish I'd take credit for that. No, but it's perfect. And then I might just put some epoxy under this to right now I just have some tape under it holding it. I'm probably just going to epoxy this over with some clear epoxy to protect the circuit board, and also allow it to be transparent for the LED. So how exciting, huh?